Mickey got super excited because he got a new game in the mail, and he was unboxing that. So
yes, I was over there unboxing that. But that's not what we're talking about right now, people. We're talking about Star Wars Destiny.
Yep.
Because it's the in thing right now.
Yep.
And
just came out. It's been sold out all of December, I think. Every place.
Tough to find, especially the starters. I was able to find booster packs here and there. Finally got a hold of the starters, much to Jeb's dismay, because Jeb hates when I force him to play Star Wars things. But I do it anyways, and he tolerates me, and that's why he's my friend, because he tolerates my problems, but I tolerate his problems too.
Yeah, too many.
Is this supposed to be the review section of this? Because I'm just rambling right now.
I'm so distracted by the camera. I feel like it's tilting. I'm sorry if it's tilting. I think the tripod got broke.
Just go like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Say. I don't know.
All right. We gotta be serious now. Star Wars Destiny.
Why so serious? That's a Batman reference.
I know.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, it's like the everywhere. So many people were saying. Anyway, Star Wars Destiny. Do you like it? That's a bad question. Do I like it?
No, seriously. No, really, people. Like, if I didn't like this game, I would say. I think we're pretty honest about stuff. Like,
yes.
we both wanted to love Space Dandy.
Yeah.
And we couldn't.
Unfortunate.
Right. So, but let me start out with saying that both Jeb and I had kind of we tried to we lean towards not going to the collectible stuff anymore.
Yes.
The collectible card
I think
games.
after the last collectible one I was playing was Pokemon. I think after that I got introduced to LCGs, and I kind of like steered that direction because pulling I had such horrible luck with those packs. So
and we really like the LCG format, and actually Fantasy Flight Games, which I don't think we mentioned, are the ones that do Star Wars Destiny. They caught a lot of crap for when this came out. A lot of their fans were like, we like you because you don't do this collectible stuff. And in their defense, they were like, but there's a market for it, and and we're going to put a game out that, you don't have to play it, but here it is. So they have a Star Wars game that's an LCG, and now they have a collectible one, and with the cards and the dice. Yep. So, like Jeb said just a couple seconds ago, making fun of me, yes, I think the game is really cool, and I like it a lot. I mean, at least so far, at least in its early stages, so far I think it's really, really well done, and it's a lot of fun to play.
For me, I guess I should say that since it was a Star Wars thing, I was like, I don't think like I'll play it if I had the chance. Yeah. So that was my initial reaction. Then when I actually sat down to play with Mickey, I really liked the mechanics of how easy it is. It's just one action a turn, and it goes back and forth like that. So I would say if this was reskinned with something that I like, so if it was an anime or Japan themed or whatever, that's the stuff I like. If it was reskinned on that, I would definitely hop on this. So the game, as the mechanics and the core of the game, is great. Solid. The Star Wars adds on to.
He doesn't not like Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't hate Star Wars. It's just kind of indifferent.
Yeah, if they came out with this in Dragon Ball Z, he'd be all over it like poopy on stink.
Right.
So, to elaborate on that, the things that we really like about it is that, like Jeb just mentioned, the back and forth, really quick. It's fast play. You shouldn't have to spend a ton of time thinking on anything. The components are solid. The artwork is great on the cards. The dice are, I forget what they call it, laser etched or something like that. But the point is, it's not stickers. It's not like really painted on either. Again, I forget exactly what they call it. But they're going to last a long, long time. And you don't need to worry about, I mean, unless you're rolling them on concrete, they're going to be fine for a long time.
Quality stuff. So.
The deck building aspect of it is super easy.
Yep.
If you didn't catch what we said, 30 points worth of characters, you bring a battlefield, and your deck is 30 cards, maximum
the colors of the people you
yep,
use,
yeah. Only colors of the characters that you have, and a maximum of 2 copies of a card in your deck. Unique cards are limited to, in play, you can only have one.
And the last thing is if it's a hero or a villain.
And hero or villain, you can't
Because
mix the two.
When we were modifying the starter decks, we were looking and we were like, oh, this is
good.
so good.
Put it in. No,
it's
you
not
can't.
the right type. So, yeah.
So yeah, that's but that's, it's not a complicated one. So I think that's really really cool. I can't think too much of where we've had rule questions too much yet. I think we questioned a couple things that we looked up and we know how it, I can't even remember what they were. They were pretty straightforward. Again, this is the first set. That doesn't mean that, you know, further down the line that there's going to be cards that conflict with.
Complex.
Yeah, but
it happens with everything. So.
It does happen with everything. So for me right now, as long as Jeb will play, and hopefully I can find some other people, I'll at least dabble in it because I think it's cool. The dice mechanic, if you're a dice master person, in my opinion, is a lot different in the way that it works. History of the dice games, if you played Warriors, that was cool, but and then the dice masters grew upon that and made it better, and this is, I mean, the dice in this is like so much just an extension of the card.
It's like a card dice hybrid. That's the best that I could describe it.
And I think they did a really good job of, you know, you're at the mercy of the roll of the die, but there's so many ways to manipulate it that it does a good job of, unless you just, and it's possible, but if you roll crappy, yeah, you can have a bad turn. Yeah. But what's the difference between that and having, you know, just drawing cards and having a bad draw? Yeah,
coin or whatever, however many times.
So
it's bound to happen.
I think it's cool. It's different than any of the other dice thing. I think that it's the dice is a hard aspect to most games to get right. I think they got it right. I'm not just saying that because it's Star Wars, because I'm with Jeb. If it was even if it was another genre that I liked, I would like the game.
Yeah. Can you imagine this like a fantasy themed or something like that?
Oh yeah, they got. I mean, yeah, you could do if they did this with magic type of characters. I'd hop on board with that too. So
instead of a blaster or a fireball.
And who knows, they might. I mean, if they did. What if they took this and like, okay, we're gonna put all our descent characters in it, and you can play the hero or you can play the monster. That'd be pretty cool.
Like Dice Master, how you can mix and match that stuff. Yeah.
So, anyways, who wouldn't like the game? People that don't like collectible stuff. Period. Because there are chase cards in the game. Hopefully, you know. I mean, right now some of the stuff is like tough to get a hold of. And when you buy here's the downfall, if you buy a booster pack, you get 5 cards and you get a die. So you always get a die, so one of the cards is either going to be a support with a die or a character with a die or whatever. So the point to my story is if you get one of the cool characters, like if you get a Han or a Luke or a Darth in a booster pack, you get the Darth and a die. Mm-hmm. Well, as you know, with the characters, they have 2 numbers on it. So guess what?
Oh,
you're gonna have to find.
Think about that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find another legendary to play 2 dice. And right now, yes, it's unfortunate that some of the stuff is. Darth Vader's a really good character. Luke Skywalker's a really good character. Han's a really good character. They're all legendary ones. So the ratio in that is 6 to a booster. So the odds are not that great. Some of the cards are, you know, $45 a piece with the die if on the secondary market. But the booster pack is only $3.
Right.
Which is along the lines with everything else, and you get a really cool die. So right now, in terms of expense, if you're gonna play competitively, you might have to dish some money.
That's who I feel sorry for.
Yeah, if
people
you're
who
gonna
try to do like super competitive, if you're trying to hunt for multiple legendaries.
But I do think that, it's the in thing right now, so I do
Yeah.
think some of that stuff is probably gonna fall. I don't know the last time Fantasy Flight tried to do a collectible card game, so I don't know what their policy is for reprinting stuff and how long. So this set's called Awakenings, so will they stop printing, or will they just keep printing and at least for a while, at least till the next set comes out? I don't know what their policy is. I don't know when they stop and say, that's it for a collectible card game, or if they go on for a little bit. This stuff is still pretty easy to find. That being said, just yesterday they announced the next set. I forget the name of it, but it is a tie into Rogue One. So that's pretty cool. So I don't see this thing going anywhere anytime soon.
For me, I'd be curious. I don't know if they've mentioned anything about the prize support for tournaments, because I assume they're going to be doing tournaments.
Yeah, they already have the release kits and stuff. I know.
Okay, because I know for like the LCGs, it's mostly like promo cards and stuff like that. But
that's true.
If you do like cash prizes with this would just go. It'd be on fire with the people playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that. I'm pretty sure they've already said that it's in their schedule for world championships and stuff like that. I'd have to double check on all that, but Jeb's right. I think we've said it before, but if Fantasy Flight would get their act together in organized play, I really think they'd give the other people a run for their money, but they just, I don't know, it's just not there yet.
They're staying on a small scale,
yeah,
it seems like.
kind of, but I don't know. But 2 thumbs up for me. I don't really have that much more to say about it. I'm glad that he likes it.
Things to remember when playing. The only thing I caught you was the Han's ability, but that's something.
That was something that I forgot to do, and actually I don't know how stickler they're going to be for this stuff. So let's use this for an example. It says after you play a card with ambush keywords, you may give this character a shield. So it does have the word "may" in it.
That would,
so
me as a judge would say,
exactly.
If you forget it,
If Jeb didn't have to tell me that, he could have gone into his turn and go, haha, you forgot. We're not usually jerks like that until we are playing competitively, then we're jerks. When we're having friendly games, we do try to remind each other so that we can get the closest game possible, because those are the best games when it comes down to the wire.
Yeah.
What else should you remember when you're playing?
Oh.
Resources at the beginning of the turn, that's easy to forget. You'll probably notice right away if you forget those.
The thing I was going to mention was, since this game is on your turn, it's one action, that it's usually a very fast turn. So if you know it's not your turn and you're sitting there for over a minute, then look at the person, and if they're not looking at their cards, there's a chance they don't know it's their turn.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, at least now with what's out, and I don't know, I haven't played competitively or against anybody or anything like that, but I just feel like there's not a terrible lot to think about. You don't have a hand, you don't usually have a huge hand of cards.
Right.
There's only so many decisions to make. Yep. You have, a finite amount of actions so far with the way the cards interact and stuff like that. I would say the biggest thing you have to think about is maybe, when should I pass to see what the other guy's going to do?
Or if you want to re-roll, deciding on if you want to toss something.
Yeah, which card to get rid of or something like that.
But yeah, seriously, if things are taking a long time, then they
I
most
think
likely
they're playing
forgot.
it wrong. Or they forgot, right?
Yeah.
Components, I think I already said, are great. The dice are great. Those, it's thick cardboard. Some of the people think it's not cheesy to me. I guess if you want to go over Covenant and buy the plastic, they're really cool, but
it's up to you, your preference.
If you want to, pop money for that. So I'll be very curious to see on how the next sets go, and my wife is excited about having dice and cards lay all over the house. Just ask her.
Oh yeah.
There it was from the other room. Not really. Okay.
She'd have a heart attack if she saw like Dice Master collections, because I've seen pictures of those like dice sets and. Whew.
Yep.
So.
And like I said, the only problem with the dice is with those legendaries. If you got to get two, that's rough.
That is hard because you're. Yeah,
because
that's big bucks, dude.
Because the second card is kind of worthless too. Because you only got one out at a time. But you know what? It's no different. I mean, shoot, a $45 card compared to a Magic card that's good when it comes out is peanuts.
Right. Yep.
Or even a Yu-Gi-Oh card, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, you got anything else? I don't have anything else.
No, that's it for me. So we both liked it. Give it a shot if you haven't. I mean, the starter deck is fine to learn.
The starter deck they cut down to 20 cards instead of 30, but
and for the starter deck, there is a thing. If you're playing two starters against each other, the good versus the evil or hero villain, it recommends doing Ray as only having one die, right?
I think Covenant actually said that.
Oh, really?
I think Team Covenant was the one I think that said that.
I could have swore I read this.
Really?
Yeah. Nope, I read something else. It's one Stormtrooper you got.
Yeah,
okay,
so it's actually from another video. If you're familiar with Team Covenant, they play the starter decks, and they actually recommend that it's one Ray die and against the two Kylo die, I believe, because they said, because if you put the two together, what does he come to? 20?
Yeah, I was at 20.
And Ray's at 26. Okay. So they try to balance it out by putting her down the one die, and they say it makes it eat. But that's not the point when you're trying to learn, so who cares? Right, yeah. Switch sides and just play. Because once you learn, then you can, the second that you learn the rules, you're going to go build a deck. So, but if you are playing the starter decks, it's a good point to note that
there's
other people have tested it and said that Ray's a little bit better, but if you try to get the points as close to each other as possible, it's pretty balanced.
Okay.
So.
All right. My mistake. I thought that was in the rule book, but I misread something. So. All right.
Anything else? Nothing else.
Give us comments, feedback, any suggestions, any fan picks. Let us know. Like, subscribe. The usual stuff. We appreciate any.
Yep. Tell us what to play.
Feedback stuff. Yeah. Yep.
Even if it's, you can ask us if we've got did you guys back this or whatever? Can you play it when it gets in? There's a good. I mean, we pay attention.
Yeah.
We can't back everything, but we do.
We're always looking at.
Yeah, we're always looking at stuff, and I mean, there's a chance that it's coming in with one of us especially if it was really popular.
Yeah.
And actually, Jeb's he finds some of the obscure stuff that ends up being really pretty good, so it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Until the next video.
See ya.
Boards and Booze, Booze and Boards with Mickey and Jeb.